This is everything you need to know about the Philips 4400 LatteGo. The 4400 LatteGo is a quick heating, quiet espresso machine with one-touch brewing. It's one of the other LatteGo models in Philips's line. They have a few other ones. This one is one of their top-of-the-line models. It comes with quieter brewing, quicker warm-up, and it's great for someone who just wants a simple, easy espresso in the morning. We really like the 4400 LatteGo because it's easy to operate. It has the nice Philips AquaClean system in there for good water filtration. With the iced coffee drinks, it has a lot more options than previous models, and with the LatteGo system, you can do regular milk, plant milk with a great texture, great foam quality, in one easy package. So I've been using this machine for about a month now, and what I really like is the iced espresso feature. For me, I cannot drink hot drinks. Even in the winter, I'm drinking cold over ice espresso, and with this, you can use like half the amount of ice that you would need to with like a regular espresso shot, which makes that a great fit for me. So if you like iced coffee, this is also going to be a really good fit for you. When you take a look at the 4400 LatteGo, it looks pretty similar to some of the other Philips LatteGo models. It has that same easy to clean carafe. It has the touch screen up here with the different buttons and the different drink options right up front. It has the adjustable nozzle here, as well as having a nice brushed nickel finish. It's kind of like a satiny nickel finish. It's great because it resists fingerprints when you're taking that drip tray in and out. Otherwise, it does look pretty nice in most kitchen spaces, and we really like it for that. The 4400 LatteGo uses some pretty similar components to a lot of the other machines in their line. So it has the same LatteGo carafe. It's a two-piece carafe that froths milk pretty easily. It uses the same Philips brew unit, which holds about 11 to 12 grams at the maximum dose. It's not the biggest brew unit in the world, but it's a really dependable one, and Philips has been using it for a really long time. It has a Thermoblock system, which is why it's so quick to heat up. Thermoblocks are basically like a hot water heater, one of the instant ones that you can get nowadays. They can heat up water pretty much as soon as the water is going in. It's going to be hot coming out, which is why you can turn this machine on and get drinks out within 30 seconds, 45 seconds. It's ready to go. And this also means that when the machine is steaming for the latte options or the cappuccino options, you'll hear a ticking sound, and that is the Thermoblock making steam, and it can make steam pretty much until the water tank is empty because they're so efficient at just creating that much heat and hot water. So when it comes to brewing, if you pull out the water tank, you can actually open a little door on the side, and you'll see the Philips brew unit that is inside. When the coffee gets ground from the top, it drops into a hole in the top of the brew unit, and then that closes up, and you'll hear it when you're brewing. It's kind of a series of clicks and sounds that are totally normal. And when it does that, what it's doing is it's creating basically artificial pressure, close to the 9 bars that you'd want on a semi-automatic machine. Sometimes it's a little bit more, sometimes it's a little bit less, depending on how much coffee you have, but it's creating back pressure, and that's what's creating the espresso that you're used to and what you enjoy in the morning. It does the same thing with the Americano. On the coffee options, it lowers that pressure a little bit, but any of that excess pressure gets fed into the drip tray. So if you ever see, a little bit of water in the drip tray, even though you're sure that you've caught any rinse water, that's totally normal too. So even though this machine is packed with a lot of features and a lot of different systems that you would think would make it kind of a heavier machine, it still stays compact and it's lightweight, so it's easy to move around if you need to move it to fill the tank, put beans in, if it needs to go under your counter. So it's still easy to slide around, no problem there. So when it comes to ordering a drink on this machine, we really like how simple the Philips line is to use. You can see that there are 6 color buttons on the front to show you different drink options that you have here. There's also some more drinks when you go into the more drinks option, both iced and hot, and it really lays out an easy way to get to those once you get into those menus. There's an easy cleaning button, so you can rinse your brew group, you can rinse out the milk system. There's a couple simple cleaning steps, so you can keep your machine nice and clean. You have different profiles, so when you want to save different parameters to your drinks, say if I like my coffee with more aroma, which is more ground coffee, or less, then you can do that, and then it will save it to the profile that you have selected. And then your significant other, your kid, anybody else that's living in your house, if they want to use that other profile, they can, and then it will save their drink options for them as well. Like the rest of the Philips machines, it's pretty easy to use. Once it's on, it's only about 2 button clicks until you're getting a drink out, and basically anybody can use it, and we like how easy it is to use. And when you purchase a Philips machine, they do have an app called Home ID, and what that is an app that tells you different recipes and different options that you can do with the machine. So it will give you a recipe, for example, like a caramel latte, say put the caramel in the cup and then make this drink option on this machine. And so it's matched exactly to the machine that you have for the recipes. And it's great because it makes it really easy to use. And then you can also find your user manual, quick start guide, everything like that, troubleshooting tips on that app as well. So it's a good resource to have if you're trying to get more out of your machine or if you're just getting it set up. It may not seem like a big deal to have that app, but imagine if you threw out your manual or you just misplaced it, you don't know where it is. You can find your manual, you can find the troubleshooting steps for specific issues that you have. Say it's making a weird noise or you're not getting coffee out the spouts. It will walk you through on how to fix that without having to go online and find all sorts of things. It's right there at the press of a button on your phone. So we've said it before, but we really like Philips's LatteGo system with their milk carafe. You can take it off, you can put it in the fridge. It does have a lid. It's not a super airtight lid, so you don't want to store it for a long period of time, but you can for a couple days, totally fine. It shows you right up front how much milk you'll need for different types of drinks. You don't need to fill it all the way to the top. There's little indicators right up front for a single drink or a 2-drink option as well. It makes great milk quality drinks with both like plant milk, almond milk, cashew milk, and dairy milk. We've tested it with all sorts of milks, and it does a pretty good job on all of them. The milk froth, while not super adjustable, it is a good texture, and we really like it for those easy, cappuccinos or lattes. And then when it comes down to the actual brewing of coffee on the Philips 4400, it does have quite a few different options for if you like your coffee stronger, weaker, or right in between. You can select from 5 different strength options on the machine when you select any drinks. The lowest strength is going to be right around 6 to 7 grams of coffee, and then the highest strength is going to be right around 11, 12, depending on the type of coffee you're using and the grind size. With that range, every step up is about another gram, and so you can find the perfect ratio that you want for your coffee. And then you can also adjust the temperature for the machine from low, medium, and high. And when you go in the settings menu, there's another option that's called quick rinse or initial rinse, and that will raise the temperature for your first drink. So if you like really strong coffee, I suggest keeping that on so that your machine is ready to go for the first drink of the day and it's as hot as it can be. So when it comes to cleaning on this machine, cleaning is very simple, and the machine will basically prompt you anytime that the tank needs to be refilled, the grounds container needs to be emptied, or the drip tray needs to be emptied. There's also a little red float on the front of the drip tray that will pop up if it's getting really full, so you want to take it out, dump it in the sink, give it a nice rinse to keep it clean, and then just pop it back in the machine. Typically you want to do that with the machine on when it does prompt you, just because there are some sensors that will reset when you take the drip tray out along with the grounds bin and put it back in, and then it'll kind of reset itself internally. And with the AquaClean filtration system, you really don't need to descale very often, if at all, for about 5,000 cups is what Philips says. That assumes some medium water hardness, and there's some other parameters there. But if you're using AquaClean, descaling is pretty much not too much of a concern. If you are wanting to not use the AquaClean filter, if you're already using filtered water, you can really easily descale anytime using the clean menu, as well as also giving it a quick rinse or getting the oil out of the brew unit by dropping a tablet through the pre-ground container and then using the coffee degreasing function, which just removes some of the coffee oil from that brew unit. And you can also just pull it out anytime, give it a rinse. It stays pretty clean, but it's always a nice option to be able to take it out, give it a rinse in the sink, pop it back in, and know that it's clean. The Philips 4400 LatteGo might be right for you if you want cafe-style drinks without having to steam milk manually, if you want to be using whole bean coffee instead of pre-ground or using those pods, if you like to use different roasts without having to waste coffee, you have a lot of coffee drinkers in your family, and you want them to have an easy-to-use machine that they can learn quickly. You value portability and want a machine that you can easily take with you, whether it's a road trip or a vacation. Philips LatteGo machines are one of the most popular ones for a reason. They're easy to use, they're convenient, you can use fresh milk and fresh beans, and anyone can learn how to use them quickly and efficiently. Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say you want the least volume of coffee. Honestly, if I do drink coffee at home, I make like 5 shots.